We are continuing on with our Laravel e-commerce series, and today I want to try and finish up the authentication system. As you can see, we're currently logged in, and what I want to do is I want to make this dashboard page a little bit more friendly for the user, meaning I want them to be able to navigate to different parts of the backend where they can access their information. Let's head into the text editor. In here, I want to go to the Resources tab on the left, and then I want to go to JS, and I want to create a new layout. I'm going to duplicate this layout, this app layout, and we'll call it main layout. Okay, and we can go ahead and get rid of this stuff. This layout is going to be for all of the backend pages that the user can access. So their dashboard page, the edit profile page, anything that they have accessible on the backend, I want to add an additional layout to it so that all of those pages have the same layout. So I'm just going to go ahead and paste in some code and we'll take a look at it. So basically it's a bunch of divs with some links in it. These links are going to serve as sort of a sidebar where we have the edit profile button, the orders button, the shop button, and these are different pages that they'll be able to navigate to. We have another div down here where we're displaying a slot, and that's where we'll be able to kind of just plug in those extra pages. So like the dashboard and the edit profile, like I said before, those pages will be slotted right into this section right here. Okay, so let's import this link that we have here. And let's bring it in as a component. That should be good. Let's start with our dashboard page. And right here, I'm just going to shrink this down a little bit. Actually, I'm just going to comment it out for now. And here I'm going to put that new component that we made. And then here I'll just put dashboard. We can go ahead and bring it under this one. Let's head to the browser and see what we have. Okay, now it looks like we have an error. Inertia. Okay, let's take a look at that. Did I type it in wrong? Sure did. Get rid of that slash. Let's try it again. Great. We have a nice little sidebar here, and we have our dashboard here. And for this, I'm just going to put some text. We can go ahead and close that. Okay, so here I'm just going to go ahead and paste it in. And that's really about it. So now I can get rid of this template. And we can get rid of this welcome component. Okay, and that should be better. Let's check it out. And so now we have some text. So now that we have a surrounding main layout for all of our backend pages for the user, we can start adding these to the other pages. And one of the ones that we have is the orders page. As you can see, it just says orders. So let's go ahead and work on that. So now we can close up the dashboard and we can close out the main layout and head to orders index and add that. First, we need the app layout. And we need the main layout. And for the app layout, we're going to need a title. And it'll just say my orders. Let's go ahead and import those. Let's add in our components. And then for now, we can just grab this orders that we had originally and bring that in. Oh, these aren't in components, they are just in the layouts folder. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, great. So now we're displaying our orders. Fantastic. The other thing that I want you to notice too is that our links that we have coming in from the main layout, they have a current route on them. So if we're on the orders page, then this will be highlighted blue. If we move up to the edit profile, that will also be highlighted blue. And then if we head to the shop page, that would just take us back to the shop page. So let's go ahead and work on our orders. Now to bring in our orders, we need to go to the order controller and we need to pass in those orders. So right here, we'll go ahead, add a bracket, and we'll create a variable called orders. And then we'll say it equals auth user orders, because that's the relationship we have. User has many orders and orders belong to the user. That's our relationship. With products, because our orders need to be able to display the products. For now, I'm going to go ahead and put it as latest so that they're displayed from the most recent to the oldest ones. And then for here, we'll just say get. Let's go ahead and bring that into the order index page. For now, I'll just get rid of this and then I'll just do it so that we can display it. But we do need to have orders because I don't think this user has any, but we'll check. And we do not. So let's go ahead and make some purchases and come back. Okay, now we can just go to let's go to dashboard. So now that we're here, we can go ahead, go to our orders tab. And as you can see, we have product information coming in. Fantastic. So instead of displaying this orders in here like this, I'm going to go ahead, paste in some code, and let's take a look and see what it does. Okay, so first we have an H1 with some classes on it for my orders. We are looping over the orders. We're going to display the order placed, the order billing total, confirmation number. We're going to be able to view an invoice. We'll deal with that later. We are then also looping over the products within that order, and then we're displaying it here. The link that we're going to put in this is going to be able to link to that actual product. So let's go ahead and also import that link. Keep doing that. And let's add it to our components. Let's try to refresh. I believe that's all that we really needed from there. Let's go and take a look. Okay, so what did I name it? Let's see. We'll check the view and see what's coming in. Products image. Okay, let's take a look. Yep, products image. And what do I have here? Products image. Let's try it again. Great, so we have our image. And we will adjust this date here because it's reading as a timestamp and we want it to be more user-friendly. We'll fix that in a bit. But as you can see, we have the total of the purchase. We have the order number so that we can refer back to it. And we also have this view invoice, which should be a button. So I do need to import that button as well. One thing at a time. First, let's do the button. And as you can see here, we have the yellow button, but we're not importing it. And if this is your first time with us, then I highly suggest going back and taking a look at the playlist. I'm leaving the links for that in the description and as a pinned comment so that you can catch up on all of the things that we've been doing. You'll be able to understand a little bit better of how we're importing all of our components and how we're using them and just basically how we've gotten to this point. Fantastic. Let's take a look at the browser now. Okay, great. We have our button and it has a hover state on it. Let's go ahead and also deal with this date. So to handle the date for the orders, let's go to the order model. Laravel has a really unique way of dealing with their dates, and you can basically just set it as a cast. I'll paste it in so that you can see what it is, and it's just an attribute for the user model. So anytime we're displaying the created at, it'll show up as a date time. It's just customized for us. So let's take a look and see what that did. So now we have May 28th, 2022, and that is the current date and time. Fantastic. The next thing that I want to add to this page specifically is some pagination. So I'm going to go ahead and make some more orders and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I have gone ahead and added some more purchases to this orders page. Everything seems to be displaying okay. Don't worry about this. We haven't removed any items from the database yet. So don't worry about that. That's just there until we do something about it. So let's go ahead and add our pagination to this. Can close up this order model and head into the order controller. To add pagination, all you really need to do is paginate. And because we only have 3 purchases on here, I'm gonna just limit it to 2 items. So let's head into the index and we're already displaying our props. We're already displaying our orders, but when we come up to where we are looping over the orders, we need to do orders.data. And the reason for that is if we go ahead and click our inspect and we're going to open up our view tools. Let's go ahead, refresh the page. And while that's doing that, we'll take a look at the view tools. And if you are using Vue, I highly suggest using the Vue Dev tools as they are really good for helping you target certain things and to look up certain information. Our orders variable that we have coming in now has this data property. If you open the data property, it shows you how many items are being displayed. We have our pagination, so you see first page URL from 1, last page 2, last page URL, then there are some links and some other things that will help us to display our pagination. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and close this. Let's head back so we can get that set up. So we are using our links property that we have coming in like I just showed you, and I'm going to go ahead and paste in some code. All it is another navigation with a UL and an LI, and we are going to be looping over the orders links, and this will be able to give us some really decent pagination for this. And I think we're good there. I don't need to import anything else. Let's take a look at the browser and see what we have. So if you take a look now, we're on page 1. We can go to page 2. Okay, and if we change the pagination, and let's say we want the pagination to be at 5. Go ahead and refresh that. This is what our pagination will look like on page 1. It'll have all of our pagination and we just have the one page. So there's no page to actually go to other than that page. Just a very simple pagination system. You can go and implement it however you want. This is how I'm doing it, just to make it as simple as possible. This is the only place we'll be using pagination for now. Fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and change this pack to 2 because 5 is a lot for one page, and we'll leave it at that. That should be good. Let's go ahead, close out the order controller, and we can also close out this orders index page as we are done with that as well. Fantastic. The next thing that I want to do is head over to the edit profile page. Now I've already linked this page to the default profile page that comes with the Laravel installation that we did. And I want to first go ahead by adding that main layout to this page. So to get to that page, we just need to go to Resources, JS, Pages, Profile, Show. Okay, and let's shrink this down a bit. And this template we are no longer using, so we can go ahead and get rid of that. So let's just go ahead and stick this main layout here. Then we can grab everything from here, because we're not really changing anything in here. We're just adding that wrapper layout to it. Bring it down there. Call it main layout. Main layout. Okay, let's take a look and see what this looks like now. Okay, cool. So we have our little sidebar here, and we have our footer and everything that's in the main layout as well as the app layout. The default installation of Laravel that we did with Inertia, Jetstream, and it's got Sanctum, Fortify, the whole 9 yards. This profile page works out of the box. So if we wanted to change our password, we could do that right now. If we wanted to enable two-factor authentication, there's a little bit of a setup, but we could also do that now theoretically. We can log out of other browsers. We can delete the account. All of these things we can do right out of the box. What we need to do for the user is to add the address information that we added in the episode where we did authenticated users versus guest users. We already handled that on the back end. So on the front end, we need to include those fields into this form right here so that the user can also change their address and whatever else they need to change in here. Fantastic. So let's head back to the text editor and start working on that. If you take a look at this show page, it only has components. These components are where all of that information lives. So as you can see, they're importing the update profile information form, and that's exactly what we need to get to. It's in the pages profile partials update profile information form, which is right here. And we'll go ahead and open that up. And as you can see, this is where all that information is. So the only things that we need to add are the user address. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it here, and I'm going to put address. We're going to change the label to address, the value to address. Same thing for the ID will be address. The type will just be text. The model, it will be form address. And for the error, course address. Okay, so we'll go ahead, copy all of that and paste it again because we need to do now for the city. I'll go ahead and paste the rest of these in, and then I'll come back and show you in a bit. Okay, great. So I've gone ahead, we've done the address together. Now we're doing city, state. We need to bring in the state so that we can loop over them, but as you can see, it's a drop down. Please select one. We'll loop over the states once we bring them in, and then we have the input for that, the input error for that, and the same for the zip code. Okay, so now we need to head down to the data properties. We need to add those fields: address, city, state, zip code. Let's also go ahead and bring in the states as well. So all we really need to do for that is to add states here, and I think you can just keep it as one word. If I'm not mistaken, I think you can do that. This is just a force of habit, so I'm going to leave it like that so that nothing else breaks for us. And let's go and import that. Okay, and that's the JS page that we have that we're importing it from. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what we have. Cool. So now it's brought in our address, our city, our state, our zip code. And as you can see, we have the drop down here. And if we want to change anything, let's say we'll add 25 to this address, for example. Go ahead, click save. You see the little save that just popped up here, and now it's here. And if we go ahead, refresh, it's still in the system. Fantastic. Now we aren't really dealing with the user profile image or anything like that. I don't think it's really necessary. If you want to add that, you're more than welcome to do that. And I've done that in previous projects that we've done, so you can go and take a look to see how to do that. But for now, I think that just having this address in here, it works perfectly. So just a quick side note, I have put up a poll on my community tab because I'm going to be working on a new mini project for you guys. And I want to know if you guys want me to use Bootstrap or if you want me to use Tailwind. So let me know what your vote is. I'm going to keep this up for about a week and I'm going to start working on it, and I'll use whatever it is you guys decide. It looks like Tailwind's winning, so make sure you go and check it out so that your vote can be counted. Thank you. If you're enjoying the content, please go ahead and click that like button as it really does help out the channel. I'm going to leave links in the description, including the playlist, so that you can catch up on all of the videos in this Laravel e-commerce series. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.